Mike, I appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to chat with us about your path to Portland. What was your introduction to soccer when you were younger?
Well, I started playing when I was about 4 or 5, I think. It was more indoor, I think, back then. I'm from a small town in North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina. More of a baseball town, so I played baseball and soccer growing up. But I always just had a special thing for soccer. I don't know what it was. I wasn't the best starting out. I just kind of run up and kick it, you know. It was kind of that kind of style of soccer. But luckily over the years I started to figure out that you could dribble and do stuff like that, and it kind of started to help my game.
Growing up in North Carolina, was it always a dream of yours to play soccer at UNC?
I wouldn't say it was. I was probably 12 or 13 when I had to kind of make the decision, you know, to go soccer or baseball. And I kind of had to get rid of the baseball dream and just focus on soccer. I felt like that was kind of where I was called to be. I wanted to play professional soccer. I didn't even think about college soccer, really. You know, leaving home at 15 to go down to the residency program in Bradenton, Florida, with the U17 national team. You know, I was a part of 9 players that went down there early. You know, and at that time I was still, you know, playing up top, scoring goals, and you know, that was you know, Eddie Johnson, Justin Mapp, Santino Quaranta. They were the group before me, and a lot of those guys were skipping college. They weren't going to college. They were, you know, doing the Project 40 and going straight to the league. And so when I went into residency, that was my plan. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the best, you know, and so that was what I was aspiring for. But unfortunately, residency didn't quite go the way I planned. You know, I ended up having some trouble scoring goals, some trouble finishing, and ended up moving back to being more of an outside midfielder, and wasn't starting. You know, at the time, it's very difficult. You're like, you know, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. But I think that really helped me grow as a player, mature as a player, because that's a professional soccer career. I mean, it's not always going to be going well. It's not always going to work the way you want it to, and you still have to keep fighting and keep, you know, getting better and stick with the process. And so I went into the U20 camp as an outside midfielder, and I guess they saw something in me that they thought, you know, I could play left back. I think they needed a left back. I did pretty well in the camps and actually ended up making the team that went to Holland in 2005. So they're kind of responsible for me being the left back of the Portland Timbers right now, I guess. I was almost a rebirth of myself and my career, and really just loved the position right away.
Peter Vermees obviously liked what he saw when you were on the under-20s. Drafted you in 2007 as the 3rd overall pick in the Super Draft. Had a pretty successful rookie career, ended up 3rd in voting in the Rookie of the Year. What were those first couple of seasons like for you? What did you learn, and who were some of the players that you learned it from?
Well, I would say, you know, in 2000, I guess it was 2007 is when I was drafted. You know, I was just, all my dreams had come true, basically. That's, you know, I'd wanted to be this professional for so long, and finally I had made it, and I was there. And so I was very anxious to kind of make my mark, I guess, right away. You know, fortunately for me, you know, I had a position open up on the left midfield early on my rookie year, and I actually started my first game and scored a goal in the 3rd minute of my first game in DC back in 2007. And you know, that was a moment for me that, you know, it's probably the best moment of my soccer career to this point still. I was just, had all my family there, and really just showed me that I could, you know, make my mark and make an impact on this league, you know, right away.
Last question. This has been your first year with the Timbers, obviously. How do you want to be remembered by the fans when your Timbers career comes to an end?
I would just say I want to be known as a player who gives his all the time, a player of character, personality, somebody that brought something to the team and to every game. A player that can be relied on to have good performances, week in and week out. I pride myself on my consistency and trying to be my best every week. So I'm so excited about this year and really the years to come, because I think this can be something very special here.